I almost forgot that the video was starting. Otherwise, I'd have been like this doing something else. These videos turn out to be not the kind you can script them. I mean, I did a lot of work. I wrote an essay for each one of these presentations, but I can't really speak it the same way. I end up trying to read stuff in front of me. So as days go forward, I'm really going to write my essays, and then I'm going to talk to you about the same thing. It's going to look somewhat similar, but otherwise a little different. But it is what it is. Like today, I'm not wearing one of my stroke diary t-shirts. I figured it was time to use somebody else's aphasia t-shirt. This one from the University of South Carolina. Very cool. Anyway, over the years, I began to understand a little bit more about AAC devices. When I was young with my stroke, I didn't know what they meant. It was almost 8 years since my stroke, and I'm sure that there were some AAC devices back then, but I was completely low tech, and I was an older guy anyway, so that's the way it worked. But as I got better now and started to use the AACs, I began to understand that they were very, very useful devices, given that people like us with aphasia who can see things but can't say things. I began to see that AAC devices allow us to see things, which we can, and the devices pick up from that, and they can do part of the saying for us, because we want to say lots of things. If you're at a restaurant and I was at a restaurant, I want to order a bunch of things. I couldn't say any of those things. Of course, then they had pictures on the wall. I could point at them and a server would help me, and we would end up agreeing, yes, that's what I want. Although I'll eat anything. But I was more embarrassed about trying to ordering what I wanted. But again, I began to understand that the high-tech AAC devices really are in the continuum of devices of low-tech versus high. Low-tech being who we were before when we were young with the aphasia world. And we could point at things and use body language and make noises, nodding in agreement with us and other people, so we could better understand what we were trying to say. Now realizing that the AAC devices do provide some of the gap between our ability to see, but still yet able to say what we want to say. And that is all good. And I do like the way that the devices actually organize with the logic of thoughts, but organize in images. So that's exactly the way we think about things. And since we lost our language, but not our intellect, we can understand what we want to do. But we didn't realize that these AAC devices would end up being another very useful tool in our kit for getting better going forward. Anyway, have a good week, and I will see you next week on Stroke Educator Insights. All right, guys, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.